In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 26, verse 20, David uses a really interesting expression, and one that I think we should remember. Listen to what he says. Now therefore, let not my blood fall to the earth away from the presence of the Lord. For the king of Israel has come out to seek a single flea, like one who hunts a partridge in the mountains. Now the setting is this. David had an opportunity to kill Saul, or to have him killed. He wouldn't do it. He left him and allowed him to live. When he got away from him, he then spoke to Saul. He woke him and his captain Abner up and said, "Hey guys, look who's here. Look what I have in my hands." And he showed his spear and his jug of water. He says, "I was right there. I could have taken your life, but I didn't." Once again, Saul realized that David could have taken his life, but he didn't want to. He was going to leave him in God's hands. But the expression that David used here is very interesting, and how he described what Saul was doing. He says, "For the king of Israel has come out to seek a single flea." And I want to ask you today, are you chasing fleas? We need to be very, very aware of how easy it is in life to chase things that really don't matter. Things that really aren't going to solve problems. Things that are not going to bring what we really want or what God wants in our lives. We get so busy sometimes chasing after the things that we want. Saul felt that if he could just get rid of David, he could have things the way he wanted them. If he could just get rid of David, he could be back in control and wouldn't have to deal anymore with losing his kingdom. But we know that wouldn't be how God would work, that God was going to protect David, and that Saul had already been removed by David. He wouldn't have a dynasty. And yet, here we find Saul out chasing David like a flea. And I just want to give this as a reminder to all of us that sometimes in life we get wrapped up going after things, seeking things, longing for things, investing time in things that just don't really matter a whole lot. The Bible also tells us that at the end of the chapter 26, Saul spoke and he said to David, "Blessed be you, my son David. You will do many things and will succeed in them." So David went his way and Saul returned to his place. Once again, I say, when we leave things in God's hand, when we take the high road, when we allow God to have vengeance and not ourselves, people will see it in our lives. People will recognize that. They may not always stop pursuing us, but they'll know that in the end, we have done the right thing. So I want to encourage you, while others may be chasing fleas, you and I should be seeking the will of God, doing things His way. And when we do, we'll be the ones who will be lifted up in the end.